And when we arrived Bamenda in Cameroon, Bamenda is in northeastern part of Cameroon. And we found a Fulani man there that lost about 200 cows between Fadia, Zankua, Abet, and Gidamaga. And we said we were sent by His Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, to come and plead on his behalf and on behalf of our people that you should please forgive.
So if all of these efforts have been made, trying to bring peace, Mr. Ladi, why does it seem like the solution to this crisis is elusive?
Thank you very much. It's unfortunate again that there's so much loss of lives. I've said this for about 10, 14 years. Nigeria has been in denial. The reason why the solution is evasive is that you cannot have a cancer and be treating for malaria fever and expect to have a solution.
Yeah.
A few days ago, I was in southern Kaduna, and I went with friends to go and visit all the troubled areas, one by one, the local government areas. And I'm going to outline for you again that if we miss it this time in southern Kaduna, we'll be back here again to discuss a worse one in the future.
Yeah.
Now, when I went to southern Kaduna, first of all, there was a Fulani meeting. There was a meeting of Fulani heads in Kachia. I was there in Kachia listening to Fulani. From there, I was able to now go back to the parts of southern Kaduna where the Christians mainly are. I visited Goska. Goska was where 18 people were slaughtered on Christmas Eve. Then next to Goska, we have Dangoma. Dangoma now. I was able to visit Dangoma where the Fulani community really settlement is. Fortunately for me, I met a diplomat. I mean, I can only call him a diplomat in the deputy Ardo. I think his name was Al-Hassan Sadu. Lovely gentleman. Now, having listened to all this, and I was also in Gideon Wire, I was in his house, burnt to the ground. All the villages under him depleted completely. So what is going on? It's the same thing that I've said before, and I'm going to continue to say. This thing is not religion, it's not politics, and it is not tribal. It actually is a global supremacist ideology that is covered with a theology. It is documented across the entire world. Let's come to Nigeria quickly. The Fulani herdsmen that are attacking is not only in southern Kaduna. Draw the lines across the whole of Nigeria. Are they not attacking in eastern Nigeria? Have they not been attacking also in the Middle Belt? Are they not in other parts of the country? Are they not armed with AK-47s? Are they not using high-velocity munitions? Now, while I was speaking to them in Dangoma, they've discovered nickel in Dangoma. So the Fulanis who settled there are looking forward to a mining community that will be prosperous. But let's read between the lines. Let's read between the lines. Now, they come together, they talk, they speak the same language as the Fulanis who are doing the killing, and some of their youths are also getting involved. So what we have on ground here is an intelligent plan, very intelligent, that now that the Boko Haram has been shut down a bit, the same narrative is resurfacing, this time around, using the Fulani heritage that Nigeria has. This thing is a product of people who are thinking. They already know that they need a ready cache of militants and a recruitment ground. So what has happened to them is this. When I went there, I found out that there's a lot of military presence in their communities, up to Gideon Wire. There's a lot of military presence in Dangoma. However, when I began to find out, the military and the police who are there have not received any instruction to go into the farmlands or into the caves where those who are carrying guns are. You need to ask yourself a question. The most dangerous people in this equation is not the cattle Fulani. It's not the ones who have settled down, because like you've heard, there's intermittent peace. The most dangerous thing in this factor are the moles who are in high places in Nigerian government, the ones who are in the political scene, the ones who are in the intelligence community, who all are a part of this conspiracy. What is happening to them is this. It's very simple. We are here talking about
Mr. Thomas, you're making very strong statements here.
No. These are things I can back up. I don't need to. These are not things I intend to withdraw, because I intend for my children to inherit a unified country in the future. And except we are man enough to stand up with courage and look at these issues. How long have we been talking about this? More than 10 years now. We began to talk about it from 1999. This thing is so obvious that for us to continue to pretend as if we don't see what is happening is for us to be signing the death warrant of our country. In political places, in the military, in high places, even during the times of the former president, the infiltration is very clear. What has happened to these people right now is that their economic life has been destroyed. Now, this is very smart. Their farmlands have been overtaken right now. As I went to see, a lot of the gun-toting Fulanis and all that are occupying their farmlands. They are no longer going to the farm. Everybody is busy dialoguing about how they've been displaced. Let's get food for them. We're trying to get across food to the communities that are affected, whether it's the domesticated Fulani or on their side. But the casualty figure obviously is heavier on the non-Fulani areas. Now, what we're looking at here now is this. It's very simple. Who is giving instruction to the military not to go into the farms to go and handle the people who are carrying AK-47s? Why is it also that in the press there's a defense coming from our own Fulani heritage in Nigeria that, well, they've been attacking these people since they attacked them, therefore they're no longer carrying arrows, now that's why they're now carrying guns. AK-47, communication equipment among nomadic Fulani? We need to wake up. What has happened to them now is that the population of this village has depleted by about 80%. They are begging their people to come back, and what we're looking at is called a displacement sequence. In a short time, you will find out that the number of people who are within the local government area will keep decreasing. As they're decreasing, the people who are taking over their farmlands, who are taking over the crippled economic activities for them, are going to possess their lands. It's just a matter of time.
Where are these people coming from? From outside the country?
Well, I said something to you, and I want us to begin to, in Nigeria, begin to put the nation on notice. This thing is global. It's a global problem. It has always been a global problem. But if you listen to other countries of the nations of the world, they will tell you that we have found an enemy that is very patient, very vicious. They can plan for 50, 60 years to overrun a community, and they're ready to do it step by step. So what am I trying to point out is this. We are concentrating on the Fulanis who have settled down in Nigeria, who have mixed with us. There are tools who are being used based on the Fulani narrative. What is the Fulani narrative? Is that a long time ago in Nigeria's history, from Futejalon and from outside Nigeria, a set of Fulani people came in, and they were able to practically conquer, starting from 1804, conquer broad swaths of land in northern Nigeria. Now, that story has been told from father to son, to children to children. It is a narrative. Now, when the Boko Haram was being depleted, the Fulani narrative became a convenient tool this time around. And why is it a more dangerous tool? It's a more dangerous tool than the Boko Haram because the Fulanis have an armada. In fact, their best weapon is their diplomacy. You've listened to him the way he spoke right now. Frankly speaking, in their upbringing, it's a part of their culture. They have a heritage of leadership. It's a wonderful heritage. But when that heritage is compromised, we are in trouble in this country.
Okay, please hold your thoughts there. We'll take a moment, and when we come back, we'll continue with the heritage and how that heritage can be used to help solve all these issues where we find ourselves. We'll be back in a moment. Please don't go away.